Hey, what's going on everyone? I'm the OPJellicent and we're battling for week number 6 of season number 7 of the WPL up against Jake and his Miami Mimikyus. He pretty much drafted like a semi-stall team. He has a lot of bulky mons right here like Cresselia, Melodic, Florges, and Fortress I guess too, but then he has some more offensive threats. He has like Lando and Volcanion, but then he also had potential Haxers on his team. So I had to keep all that in mind, but we definitely have prepped for everything right here. And let's just go ahead and go over my team right now. So we have Kama and Kabalion right here with the Steelium Z, really great at setting up versus Florges. We do also have Volt Switch, so after a Combine, if you can Volt Switch out on Melodic, we're doing like a clean 40 to 50% to get to that thing, which is definitely very cool, of course. And I definitely think Kama and Kabalion could do a lot of work right here. Then our Tornadus T right here is just a Toxic Taunt variant, pretty much designed to take on this Cresselia very nicely. Taunt that thing, hit it with a Toxic. Obviously, he does have potential Heal Bell on the Florges to help out that thing, and I'm really expecting a Calm Mind set right here, so Tornadus can definitely help out with that. And then pretty much my primary stall breaker right here is the Tentacruel. It's actually running an Acid Spray set with the Sludge Wave and Scald, of course. And then I was thinking about running T-Spikes, but he does have several potential Defoggers and Spinners, mainly the Fortress right here and the Florges, but then he also has potential Defog on Volcanion and Landorus right here, so I opted to go against the T-Spikes right there. And we actually have enough speed for the Landorus too, so if it's not Scarf Landorus, Tentacruel will actually be able to outspeed that. And then we have a 3 attacks Toxic Mega Deontay right here, which is pretty much designed to pretty much Toxic all the bulky stuff and then check all the more offensive Pokemon, so really nice matchup right here for Deontay. We hit these two with Power Gem and Moonblast, and then we hit these 4 with Toxics, and that can definitely very much help me out. We do have Hidden Power Fire for the Fortress. Then we have a Raikou right here. I'm pretty sure this was just 3 attacks Raikou with Toxic. We have lots of Toxic users because I really need to figure out how to wear his team down. And then finally, physically defensive Silvally Fairy right here, which was mainly designed to take on the potential Haxers, but that did not end up showing up. Haxers was definitely a very big threat, but the Landorus is pretty much the biggest threat to my team right here. After an Agility, it definitely kind of just tears through my team. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the match right here and see what happens. So I lead off here with my Silvally Fairy, just not seeing its usefulness. I do pack the Flamethrower, so I can go ahead and hit this up with the nice Flamethrower. He gets up his rocks, which is pretty bad, but I'm not going to overpredict. Just going to go ahead and knock this out with the Flamethrower right there. Out comes this Volcanion. He actually goes for the Flame Charge, as I believe I just go ahead and Parting Shot out right here. I figured that since Silvally wasn't very useful, in case he was Scarf, I didn't want to have anything else take the hit. And Tentacruel can definitely take Earth Powers. We have a lot of Spidef investment on this thing, and Tentacruel Spidef is just naturally very good right now too. So we're able to take that hit, go right for the Acid Spray and force him out. I go for the Sludge Wave right here. Up 10% poison would have been pretty nice right there, but unfortunately we don't get it. Switch out here into my Torn, which is pretty much the dedicated counter. Goes for a sub, so I kind of need to hit a Hurricane right here to break this, as thankfully we were able to go ahead and do that. He'll be 2-hit KOing me with Ice Beam right here. This really sucks because this was actually a modest Torn, which was really designed to wall break his team, but he makes a smart play and goes for Ice Beam twice instead of trying to sub. I guess he kind of expected the taunt or whatever, but I'm able to go ahead and bring out my Deontay, which I know can take this thing on because I have a Toxic on it, so just gonna not Mega Evolve and go for the rocks. There was no point in Mega Evolving because obviously the defense is much higher when you don't Mega. And right here, this burn right here, as you guys are going to see, is really big, because had he not burnt me right there, you'll see that we're kind of in this exchange for a while right now. And I would have been getting Black Sludge Recovery every single turn, but unfortunately since he burnt me, that's pretty much just going to be reversing my Black Sludge Recovery. So that really sucks, and pretty much we're going to be in this scenario right here where I'm going to be Acid Spraying him for quite a while. He's going to be trying to recover, and I get a lot of these 50-50s wrong, as you guys will see. I go for the Sludge Wave. He's going to haze away the Spidef drops, which is definitely a very smart decision. He's going to obviously take some more burn damage. I go for the Acid Spray again right here on the recover. Of course, he has to go for recover right there, and I believe right here, he just goes for, once again, the haze, as I can go ahead and Sludge Wave right here. And as you guys will see, it'll eventually get to the point where I start getting the 50-50s, right? And I guess we'll go ahead and skip to that point right now. So I do eventually actually manage to go ahead and just 1v1 this Melodic with Tentacruel. Our Tentacruel gets really low right here, as you can see. This takes quite a while, but we do end up taking out the Melodic right here. And right here, he ends up bringing out the Landorus. I kind of showed it off right there, but that speed investment is actually very great right here, because I can go ahead and hit this Landorus up with a nice Scald right now. Unfortunately, no burn, but just the damage on Landorus is great. This is probably the biggest threat to my team. Had he Rock Polished right there, which I'm pretty sure he did say he was, that could have actually been a little bit of an issue, but I'm pretty sure Silvally Fairy would have been able to take it on. But with Landorus out of the way, that's just a really good step forward. So right here, My play is pretty much just to spam Moonblast. He's going to go for the Wish, and then of course try to heal Bell up. If I crit any of these Moonblasts, that would be amazing, because no Wish, no heal Bell. That would pretty much just be the game right there, but I'm able to go ahead and just start to wear down this floor. Just my best play right here is pretty much just to stand until he knocks me out, because I pretty much can win this game with Cobalion on the back at this point. So I'm going to go right here for the Toxic, I guess, just trying to wear this guy down. And then I'm just going to go for the Moonblast. I'm going for Toxics in case he wants to try to Wish pass it into the what's this thing called, the Cresselia. But right here he's gonna go for the Cresselia. I go for the Power Gem, because if he wanted to try to pass it into Volcanion, I didn't want that coming in on a Moonblast right there. I wanted to knock that out. Cresselia was always his better play, of course, but I can go ahead and Toxic this now, but just put it on timer, which is definitely very cool. And just go ahead and hit him up with Moonblast right here. Do a bit of chip damage, as he's going to be trying to knock me out with these attacks right now, of course. I'm going to go for the Moonblast once again, and pretty much Calm Mind Cobalion's my main win con right here. I can bring in Cobalion right now, because he's going to take a ton of toxic damage, but I do bring out Cobalion right here. I forget whether I Calm Mind once. I do Calm Mind once before going for the attack. He goes for Sash Shock, doesn't do a ton at all, because Cobalion has a great defense. And right here I can just go ahead and Flash Cannon. We still have that Z move in the back for Florlish, but the problem is, this Volcanion with Flame Charge is a huge threat. I go for the Volt Switch, and I actually pack a little tech move on my Raikou this week, which is actually Extreme Speed, which you guys will see actually ends up being pretty nice. Now, he doesn't actually end up knocking me out with the Fire Blast, but even if he did, I'm pretty sure my Raikou would have been able to live the hit anyway, but now I don't have to risk the crit. He's going to knock me out with Earth Power, as what I can do here is just bring up my Raikou, hit him up with that Extreme Speed, of course, and I'll be able to go ahead and just knock out this Volcanion. I had Air Balloon on this because obviously this is Landorus, so it's definitely a giant threat. He was actually Z Outrage, so he would have been able to knock me out anyway. I go for the T-Bolt here and get a Para, and he's going to unfortunately get fully paralyzed, so he could have actually brought the differential down to a 1-0, but unfortunately for him, we're going to go ahead and win the battle 2-0. He would have been able to 1v1 me, my Raikou right there, but Calm Mind Cobalion with Steel Name Z would have always been able to beat the Florges no matter what. So even if he protected on my Z move, after a few Calm Minds, Flash Cannon is just doing 50% anyway. So that's definitely very good for us, and we're able to go ahead and pick up the win. Move on to a very nice 5-1 record. Good game to Jake right there, of course. He's actually brought me down to the lowest differential for my wins so far. Obviously I did lose to Storm, but all my other wins have been, I believe, 5-0s or 6-0, so that's definitely very cool. And next week we're facing Spanik at the Disco, who is actually currently 5-1 too, so that should definitely be a very exciting match to look forward to, of course. And I know there was no WPL match last week. I forgot to address this at the beginning of the video, but yeah, we took a break week, but the rest of the season will proceed as normal, so week 7 will be going up next week. And yeah, that's going to be the game. Did hope you guys enjoyed, of course. Be sure to go ahead and check out Jake's perspective, and I'll see you all next time. Later.